yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined, laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command.
Well, here we are again.
Yeah. Episode
512.
34.
Feels like a long time.
I mean, it feels like 1,000, especially to our listeners. My God, these poor people. Why
it
do
is
they do
voluntary. You don't have to listen.
Well, I mean, but once you start, you feel obligated to support local and
Like crack cocaine.
yes, exactly. We are exactly as addictive and bad for you
Right.
as crack cocaine.
Right.
Yeah.
With the audio version of crack cocaine.
Yeah, seriously. And
Okay. I don't hate it.
Like 30 minutes or so. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's a
Wear off.
t-shirt coming in.
Better than crack cocaine for your teeth and your health.
No refunds.
No refunds.
Neat. Did you do anything fun this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? No, did some pinball, did some adulting stuff.
I feel like you say pinball every week.
I know I go quite a bit. Well, I'm off right now, so I played like 3 days in a row.
Do you have a pinball machine at home?
No, I'm trying.
Why?
No, well, I'm working on some projects. I put a new brick wall in this week. It's being put in, so I was dealing with that. And
Yeah.
my wife says I can get one, but she needs like this done, this done, this done, and this done.
Oh.
So
Carrots.
need
You got a lot
like-
of carrots in front of you.
I need to spend 25 grand, and then I can spend 10 more.
How much is the pinball machine?
Like a new good one's like 10. but you can buy-
No.
yeah, like-
$10,000
yeah, it's very popular
for
now.
a pinball machine.
Brand new.
Bro, I will make you one for $200.
No, I mean you can buy them used on offer
Yeah.
up for 4, 5,
Yeah,
7,
but
depending
the
on the
balls
game.
are all warped.
No, I mean most of them are in good condition. People get them serviced. and
Nobody
whatnot,
likes the warped
but-
balls.
No, not at all, dude. Especially the big old heavy ones.
They go
like yours.
lopsided. Go
Yeah.
burp, 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 burp.
Or like a pin that flips too much. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Either way, it's
Or a
bad.
flipper, yeah.
Bad flipper or warped balls.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. What about
That's
you?
Interesting. Well, my sister was in town.
Right on.
That was fun. So she's open to the idea of a sister cast. I don't know if that's of interest.
I have a sister-in-law that's out here that'd be spectacular. My
Right.
sister's in San Diego, but if they're both here at the same time,
Right.
that'd be fantastic.
Well, it would have to be a phone thing because she's in Salt Lake.
Okay, but she was here. We didn't coordinate.
She's not going to come back for it.
Oh, then she's not committed.
No, of course not. It's not her gig.
Anyways, can we get
She's
back to the podcast? I mean,
Okay, that's fair. Never mind.
all right, well, we're out of time.
I'll shut up now.
All right, well, we have a special guest today, Steve, from the Coronado neighborhood. Welcome to the podcast, Steve.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm excited to be here.
You call this gentleman. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to the episode. That's
No.
great. He's like, all right, drop the slime. Oh.
That's not slime.
Yeah, for sure. For
Okay.
sure. So we're going to go into normal stuff here, but before we jump into the whole how'd you get in the neighborhood, what is the business that you have here so we can kind of let the people know early what's going on?
Sure.
We dive into it throughout.
Sure. So I've started a little bit of a passion project here called the Coronado Smokehaus.
Do tell.
So I've been in and out of barbecue for quite a while, and I'm sure we'll get into bits of it. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Just want the people to know who they're listening to. You know?
Right.
They don't listen to us.
yeah. Okay. But so it's something that has been suggested by lots of family and friends. It's something I should do. They really like it, and so the circumstances lately, I've had to pivot, and this is definitely something that pivoting towards is actually feeling really good. You
Nice.
know, and so I want to kind of share with the community. I love this place. I love the feel and the vibe, and everybody's so supportive. And I don't think there's a better place that I could have started something like this than Coronado. So hence the name Coronado Smokehaus.
Well, that makes sense. It would be weird to call it like Garfield Smokehouse because you don't live there.
Yeah, you know,
Very, very true.
Yeah,
Very,
those
very
guys.
true.
Right. How long have you lived in the neighborhood?
going on 3 years now.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So you're not quite a newbie, but
Yeah.
ish.
I mean,
Ish.
Like a sophomore.
Ish.
Yeah.
the newest like barbecue place in the neighborhood.
Well, of course, yes. I'm trying to figure out if you just moved here and like barbecue right away.
yeah, like, there's no barbecue around here. I got to be the guy.
Yeah. Been, worked downtown for a long time when I had my corporate life. And so in and out of the neighborhood, just, lunches and things like that. So
Nice.
aware of it,
Yeah.
But as far as like being here and deciding to live here, that was actually not that wasn't in any kind of plan. We bought the place again like 3 years ago,
Okay.
thinking we would like bad word, rent it out. right?
No, it's fine.
You know? And we were in the midst of kind of doing some of the reno work, painting and whatnot. And it was a Friday night. I clear as day, I remember this. It was a Friday evening. I just kind of finished putting the last coat of paint on in the main room, and it was empty. And Lisa and I were there, and
There
on
is.
cue,
Every time.
God, this guy
Seriously.
Mustang. I'm gonna bet it was a
Oh,
Mustang.
it's always a
100%.
Mustang. It didn't crash, so maybe not.
All right. Maybe not. Well, you have to have coffee and then you crash.
There you go. There you go.
So, but we had finished painting, and it was in the evening about this time, maybe a little bit later, and we're on 10th Street, by the way, and it was like quiet, and people were walking, and we're like, what is this place? Like we were literally like, we're minutes from downtown and the airport and all of these things, and I just like it just like it felt different. I don't know. I mean, I think most people are into that kind of stuff here, and we are too. And it just was like, there's something resonating about this that we gotta.
Boy.
Yeah.
You're like,
So-
already got the couch loaded in the truck, so we're,
The movers are coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
They
it's
pulled up.
fine.
Sure. Oops.
And did I say koi pond? There's
Yeah.
a koi pond. So,
just sitting in the koi pond, just realizing, what am I doing leaving this place?
free pedicures.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Oh, it's not that bad.
You
You don't have to tip.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. They do talk shit in a different language,
It's
though.
right.
I mean,
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to hear, but yeah, it's there.
like bubbly, like you're like, I know you're talking.
You motherfucker.
I know that word.
Uh-huh.
Nice. So how did you like end up buying this house? Were you like cruising around and checking it out? You work downtown, but what made you buy the house?
So Lisa she's been a realtor for 14 years, still is. And we really wanted to look into kind of short-term, mid-term rentals specifically. And what appealed to us about this area is where it's located. There's, within like 3 miles, there's like 5 hospitals.
Yeah,
Right.
Seriously, great
So-
place.
To
So-
get injured.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. If there's any
That's
place
why
you wanna
my wife
go,
made us move here. Like, this is the best thing we can do for you.
right. So that was kind of the big factor is, could we look into midterm renting the property, and but we changed our mind. We said
Yeah.
no, we're keeping it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understood.
So,
You're not the first person to say that.
Yeah.
Like, people come in with other intentions and then they just stay here a bit and like, this place is pretty awesome.
Yeah, why does everyone keep waving at me? Do I have something on my face?
right. Why are they so nice?
Yeah,
What do
like,
they want?
Exactly.
Weird people here.
Yeah.
They keep asking questions.
Totally.
They say things like hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
trust those people.
No,
neighbors,
seriously.
these crazy neighbors.
Yeah, that's super weird.
They're so friendly.
I know. Everyone's riding bikes and walking their goats. And
Oh.
what a weirdo.
Wait, walking their goats?
Yeah, there's a person who lived in the neighborhood. They had a full-size goat. They moved out.
What?
And it was like, I don't know, 5 years ago.
How did I miss that?
It was always at Circle Park. It was a full ass, like a goat. Like
Full
you-
ass goat?
I mean, like not like a
Not
little
a
baby
half-ass.
goat.
Not
Yeah,
a-
that-
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even trust them, man.
Put on.
Hey, I mean, you
There
can put
it
a
is.
kid on this thing and ride it. It was
Wow.
a goat. Yeah, it was just like, is that a goat? I'm like, yep, that's a goat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll moved on.
Yeah.
After that, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Side note.
Just
So,
making
Well,
sure.
I mean,
we're
well,
getting-
there's
building
that
into the
Shetland,
smoking,
right? I don't know that
yeah,
person.
Yeah.
But-
Valentine,
Yeah.
I think.
But
Yeah.
that was definitely a good sign
Yeah,
to
dude.
see that.
I mean, honestly, realtors should like do open houses and hire him
Mhm.
at 10:45, just clickety clackety
Right.
right in front of the
Just
house.
ride by.
Like, am I
Sold.
still on that LSD trip or is that a horse?
Hey,
Yes.
Martha, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Happened again. Where's my underwear?
Yeah. Why'd they let me in this house?
It's so breezy in this house.
Yeah.
So you're going to believe you don't live here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, this isn't even an open house,
That's
sir.
right. Or you
This
have
is
to
my house.
have to get registered.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Mm.
Well, too soon. So, anyways, moving on. Your Coronado Smokehouse,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
How
sir.
did that form into shape? And did you kill that goat? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Today's special is curry.
Green curry.
Yeah. How did that come about? I mean, you said your family liked it, but what was it? You're like, okay, I should try and do this as a business.
And the in and out thing, I'm curious about. Like, why would you? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We a few weeks before me launching, some good friends of my son-in-law and daughter, they they were handing out flyers. They're from Japan, Okinawa, and they were making these little bowls, and they were selling them, and like a noodle bowl and a rib bowl.
Out of what?
Just like Facebook or whatever. Like
No. What were they making the bowls out of?
No, like bowls of food.
Bowls of food, like noodle bowls.
Keep up, bro.
You said bowls.
At first I did it, and I
I
was
mean,
like,
it's
wait a
not
minute.
entirely my fault.
Well,
For like this
we're
long, I
talking
thought
like
the same.
food, right? Okay.
Oh, right.
Food genre.
Let's
so-
move on.
So he doesn't do ceramics. We'll just
Right.
clear that. Not
Right.
pottery.
That would be great. Like a full service, you get the bowl and the soup.
Yeah, that's the take home.
Right, exactly. You're welcome.
Barbecue and
Souvenir decanter.
I did do that once. I still have to go back to the place to get them glazed.
Oh.
Not so good.
Well,
Yeah.
sounds like a
More
pain in
like
the
an
ass.
ashtray, less of a
Exactly.
bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
I think that's how you start off, is making ashtrays.
Sure.
Yeah, obviously.
Commemorative ashtray.
Yeah, or key bowl, ashtray, you know.
Pinch
Whatever.
pots, all
Yeah,
that
whatever.
stuff. Right. So they had started doing, selling these food bowls out of their place, and we ordered some, and in support, and it just clicked. I don't know, like it just had never, like I had never thought of it until then. I mean, obviously I've had food trucks. I've been to food trucks. I've partaken, and
You're a cultured man.
never tried
Obviously.
any of that. But why not me? Was the question, and what is something that I could offer? I mean, I cook lots of different things, but what is something I could offer that I think people would really like, that's not too normal or easy or just abundant?
No one's gonna whip up barbecue on the whim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the thing I'd kind of arrived at, is that it ends up being something that is, it takes time.
Sure.
It's not impossible to do, but it's time intensive. There's little nuances and tricks and things that you can do that kind of turn it into either something really great or not.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I thought, well, I can do this, and it's, for me, it's not too difficult. Why not, offer that convenience to somebody to say, hey, if it's something you want on Sunday, order up a dinner and
Yeah.
I'll take care of it for you.
It's pretty clever to do it on Sundays too, because
Yeah.
at that point people are like, oh, I'm fucking cook it. This is the thing. Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to
Well,
make dinner on
that
Sunday.
family pack is actually a rocking thing.
It's a good deal.
It's
Yeah. Yeah. So you got like a real nice menu and all that. So kind of walk us through what the menu is, a process. Like, is it like all to go, or I mean, how does it? Me and my buddy were actually talking about it the other day. Like, is it like
all right.
hot and to go?
Can we go sit in the living room and eat?
Yeah.
So-
There's what kind of leather couch situation, or what's going on here?
You're going to be so disappointed.
Oh yeah, trust me.
This was-
Everyone that listens is. Yeah.
This was like a 5-minute thing for me. Like I just I said, I'm going to do this. I opened up Canva. I said, give me a barbecue menu template. It pulled one up. I rotated out some graphics. I knew in my mind that I didn't want to make this complex. So I knew I wasn't going to have like 15 things
Sure.
that,
Yeah.
because I knew I only wanted to offer like 2 meat options. I knew for sure for this neighborhood, I wanted to do at least 1 veggie option.
Yeah.
And I already had kind of this recipe in my mind about, the smoked jackfruit. So I'm doing that for sure. And then the rest was just like, what are some simple good sides, classics? And then we didn't offer drinks until the second week. So then we started doing sweet tea, and I was like, so it just was just simple, middle of the lane, focus on just a few key things to make it, just to make sure that it's something I can deliver consistently and that folks would like. And so far it's been good. So yeah, it was not now I am workshopping some things for sure. I mean, there are things in rotation, and there are things that I'm trying just to see if there's appetite for them.
He's got that covered.
All right, there we go. But I don't think I'm going to stray too far from it. I do have a fun story we'll talk about.
Oh yeah, we have afterthoughts, so you can tell that you're deepest, darkest.
This might be so. You know how In-N-Out has secret menu.
Oh snap!
You gotta
teaser,
find the-
teaser.
Find the secret menu.
I like it. So what are the meats you offer now?
So right,
Jackfruit and then
so
roasted?
jackfruit for veggie. I'm actually, I've had an idea on how I want to modify that. I feel like it's a little protein light, so I'm thinking about adding some
Meat.
hummus
Yeah.
hummus to it to try to pump the protein up, so it's not just veggies and bread.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, not that it tastes bad. It tastes actually really great.
Yeah, we don't have people passing out. Though,
But there
know?
you go. Right.
It's too heavy. I can't put it up to my mouth. Had a rib.
Vegans.
But then we have, at the top of the chain, there's always going to be some rib.
Yeah.
So there'll be a pork rib or a beef rib,
Okay.
and there are varieties of each. So like there's your standard beef rib, which good, but the one that I'm really excited about, and I'm just waiting for people to kind of latch onto this one because it's there's a rib. It's the short rib, the plate rib. Ends up, if you look it up, these end up being the dino ribs. If you ever like.
Oh, like old school Flintstone.
Yeah.
So when it kind of renders down, it
Giant.
shrinks.
Yeah,
and
all
it
bone hanging out.
It basically looks like a tomahawk steak.
Oh,
But it's
interesting.
a rib.
Yeah. There's a place I go to that does that on a certain day, and it is a spectacle to look at. It's like, holy cow, I want to just pick this up, but then it always falls off. But
Correct.
Just like it's just mostly bone, and there's this giant.
Yeah.
It's like a steak on a stick.
Pretty much that's the way to describe it, is a steak on a stick. So there'll always be a rib. I am kind of working with different pulled meats, so there would be pork,
Yeah.
pork shoulders.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, there
Sorry.
is.
Yeah. Pulled meats.
It's still early.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Too sad.
You just gotta add my, but then you get it. Then you get it.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
usually do. Not on the Cop podcast.
That's right. But then, and then I would say that definitely at some point, brisket will make its way into rotation.
Okay.
I think
That's exciting.
that one is that one. I think I would want to advertise that because that's a hunk. That's a hunk of
Yeah, but
burning
I think
love.
I feel like that's I don't know nothing about barbecue, but it feels like brisket is the most vanilla, if you will, option. People,
Sure.
everybody knows
Yeah,
brisket.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, fine.
Sure.
It's a lot of people's like specialty too. You nail the
Right.
brisket. I don't know. It's gotten popular in the smoking world.
Sure.
Quite a bit.
It is. Yeah. Of the meats, I would say it's the vanilla one. It's the one in the middle. It's the
Yep.
one everybody kind of
It's
thinks
safe.
of or
Right.
expects.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know.
Right.
I grew up in NorCal. Like tri-tip was everywhere. That was the meat. Oh yes.
Bro.
Okay. Good. Everyone it's not out here.
I put the tri-tip sandwich on the menu and nobody knew what it was. So that's the problem.
You
Man.
needed pictures.
Well, okay, so
In crowds.
okay, all right.
Okay.
No, so yes, I grew up in California, and we had
Okay.
tri-tip all over. And I don't know if you remember those trucks that would show up at the park, and those dudes would be grilling up like 20 of
Yeah.
these things at once.
Wow.
Oh,
And then they had the little deli meat slicer on the tail end of the trailer, and they would load those things up, and it would just start,
Yeah.
and it would throw it into a pan, and they would just leave a pan of that and a pan of this, and they would pull off to the next stop.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys were
That's crazy.
rocking it. But no, tri-tip is
That's good.
it's a family fave. I would love for more of the Coronado family to.
Eat it, people.
That's
You
right.
heard it here first.
That's right.
Eat the meat.
When you see it on the menu, order it.
Yeah, for
You will
sure.
not be disappointed.
Next time, I promise you, I will. Because I
Eat
do
your
like
meat.
it. Yeah, seriously. Where'd you grow up in California?
I grew up in Central California, so literally the armpit of California.
Oh,
Like
nice.
if it had an armpit, that's where I
Really?
lived.
I
Yeah.
feel like the Chamber of Commerce needs to reevaluate that slogan.
Yeah.
The armpit.
Whereabouts, like near San
So,
Fran? kind of area?
so it would be below. So north of Merced.
Okay, yeah.
So north of Fresno.
Sweet. I grew up in Redding.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
A few hours above you.
yeah. South of Modesto.
You guys want to a
The
minute
butthole
alone?
of California.
The
Yeah,
butthole.
yeah.
Wow.
There's
There's a lot
someone
of
says they grew up in California and they don't say Southern California. I'm like, ooh, I might be your neighbor. I get excited.
Yeah,
And,
there's a whole
tri-tips. Oh, are you my
North
cousin?
Cal thing, yeah.
Lord.
Nice.
So how did you? When you say California, I don't immediately think barbecue.
Sure.
Because normally people would think like Texas,
Sure.
St. Louis, all that kind of shit.
Sure.
So how did that start?
So, being half Filipino,
Really?
really,
I lived in the Philippines for 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe your cousins.
Maybe.
maybe, there was a lot of cookouts, barbecues growing up as kids, and I mean, pretty much every weekend there was some sort of, family related event. I went to school and had friends at school, and on weekends it was family, like my whole life. And so grilling and barbecuing and just, cooking out, over like open fire grills and coal is something I've done a lot of. I mean, something I would love to do here is I've roasted, I don't even know how many pigs.
In the ground.
No.
Oh.
And the little
Like
smokes.
lechon, like,
Oh, like
the
a
whole
rotisserie
roasting,
thing?
the
Oh, really?
rotisserie
Yeah.
style. So
That's
that would
amazing.
be a pretty crazy thing, I think, to do at some point.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because it's not it's a little bit of a spectacle. It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
it's the thing that everybody like when they see it and they have it, it's like, oh my god. So
Yeah.
it's been something that I've cooking and barbecuing, grilling is something I've been doing since I was a kid. Really
Interesting.
That's awesome. Yeah, you should definitely talk to Ron, the owner of the TMI here, the main ingredient. He
Sure.
he has a whole setup in his backyard. He's got several smokers. He cooks all the time and has like a grilly bill, has a raised lower deal. Actually, one of those
Mariposa one.
box things for pigs. He's done some events here where they roasted a pig here and whatnot. So it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody turned me on to some group, some lechon boys or something, which lechon is the Filipino word for roasted pig, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Sure.
nice.
And so apparently they're in and around here, and I'm challenge accepted.
Oh,
interesting.
I'm gonna-
That's
I'm gonna
odd.
try
Is there a
to take
vegan
it on.
option for that? It's just like a big
It's kind of like
hunk of tofu.
tofu, like
Yeah.
tofu. You could do
Yeah.
something.
Sure. No, it just falls right off the spit
Yeah. It's, just-
into the fire.
it's not as much of a spectacle. It's
Right.
just one big
Is that a
pig
cube
shape.
of gelatinous?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So have you always done barbecue, or you said you cook generally? So is this your love, or is this one of many in your arsenal?
So barbecuing, I think it was an accident in a way. Like I growing up and going to college and did the whole hospitality thing. So worked at a steakhouse, worked under an executive chef for a winery for a while. That was really cool.
Nice.
Learning some stuff there. And then I did the Greasy Spoons and other places. So, being in and around the kitchen and, handling food and coming up with dishes, no big deal.
Nice.
And then of course, got married young, had kids young, broke as shit. We're not going out.
Yeah.
We're cooking at home.
Right.
And so, doing all of that at home, trying to make, nice meals for us at home, which ended up being a lot better than going out.
Oh, for sure.
honestly. And so,
Spaghetti a la bowl,
so,
Make it fancy.
so I think just, cooking was something that I did a lot of at home, and then
Nice.
the kids grew up around it, and it just was something that I just kind of did, and I enjoyed it, and I like how kind of people feel afterwards, and they feel good, they're full and they're happy and it tastes good.
I thought you
It's-
meant you touch people
Yeah.
after they eat.
well, that's like,
use
I
your
don't
arm.
care what you say. I need to know. Let me feel your belly.
You feel very full.
Yeah, you are not full enough.
you
You
are-
need another plate.
You're
So,
ready for
yeah.
harvesting.
Right.
Do you fit on the spit?
Fava beans.
Are you? I have a buddy that does a bunch of smoke. He's got a really great smoker. Always cooks stuff, and we're always like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." He's like, "Well, I should have done." He's always so
Sure.
critical of himself. Are you the same way, or are you just like, "I'm the shit"? You're right.
No, I don't. I definitely. I do think it can be like if you were to smoke two meats next to each other, and or I should say, in different grills with different type woods.
Yeah.
Like one is this wood and one is that wood. I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think there are some that have maybe a little bit of a more of a hint. I prefer mesquite over anything, but
Yeah.
like apple, pecan, all this other stuff. Like I don't have the palate for that. Maybe it's there. Maybe it is there.
Right.
Maybe there's something to it, but no, I'm not going to get that critical. At the end of the day, does it have a good smoke? Does it have like a good sauce? Is it tender? Does it have kind of the texture? And whatever you did to do that is just keep doing that.
I love that.
I peed on it.
Then it works,
Yeah,
right?
like, you
as
finished your
long as
plate.
it got over 140 degrees, then we're good.
I hope you
that's-
like vinegar.
That's called Carolina style.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
hilarious. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, so we'll get into some fun rapid fire stuff here. But if somebody wants to eat your food, how do they order it, pick it up? What's the
Sure.
process for that? Because I'm curious myself.
Sure. So what I've been doing and is I've been doing Wednesday menu drops on the CMB,
Which is the Coronado message board.
That can be good and bad depending on how active it is that day, right? Like it can sit there and get a lot of eyeballs, or somebody could lose a cat and then another cat, and then it's buried.
And then your gunshots and fireworks.
Yeah,
So
and then
done.
somebody hauls ass down 12, and all of a sudden, no one cares about barbecue.
Now your window has closed,
Correct.
which is also my window is closed. So to provide more options for folks, we've set up both our Facebook, our Instagram, and TikTok are all at Coronado Smokehaus, HAUS.
Cool.
And so you just go there, and eventually you can make your way to our online ordering page, and then everything that is in rotation is on there. So I have to take stuff in and take stuff out, but it's all there. And then, we're starting to get a little bit more merch, and then we'll have, QR codes and things like that.
And acid pills.
Yeah, that's
the
there.
usual.
Yeah. So do you have your own Facebook just for the Coronado Smokehouse?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so people want to just not miss it from the burying.
Yeah.
Go there.
You can just, if you just go into Facebook and you just do a search for Coronado Smokehaus, it'll come up.
Yeah.
It'll be there. There'll be videos of us. We're also kind of collabing with some local businesses too on Sunday nights.
Nice. That's great. That's
Oh
great.
yeah, I saw the Hive or something. Is it
The
No?
Boom Boom Room.
Oh,
Boom,
yeah,
boom,
I
room.
love the boom boom. I've been
Okay.
forever, but
Yeah.
yeah.
They're nice
No, that's
people.
great. Yeah, they're super nice. That's cool. And that's like I've subscribed. We got on this going back and forth. Like, oh yeah, I should probably follow you. There's like videos. I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. Like very easy to see in your feeds. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and
I'm not
subscribe.
talking about you. We're talking about a podcast right,
Right.
now.
Yeah. It's all about us, not you.
Yeah.
Calm down. I have
Mute this
a
guy already?
I have an idea for you. I know you like to keep things simple, but I have an idea/solution in neighborhood deliveries.
Looking into that. So if you ask DoorDash and you tell them that you are you don't tell them
Yeah.
that you are like a virtual / home base, then you can do it.
Oh, I mean like grassroots. We get people in the neighborhood on bicycles.
If there are some cyclists that would like to, yes, because the format is menu drops on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pre-orders up until Friday. I'll even go into Saturday just so that way I'm kind of getting what I need.
Sure.
And then Saturday prep, Sunday morning smoke, and then service from generally 2 to 4-ish.
So you're only dropping once a week. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right. For now. I mean, I want to expand.
Sure,
that,
sure,
right?
sure.
Yeah.
But
Interesting idea.
so if there are folks that would be up for that, then sure, I would collaborate with them.
I might know some people.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long ways from one side to Coronado to the other,
Well, if you're going from from your place to like 19th Street,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little rough.
That's
But
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
other than that, it's
A
probably
lot of people
okay.
with golf carts,
Electric bike.
That's true.
There's some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
How about just a trebuchet?
yeah.
We just launched
launch
the-
them. That might
Close
take
enough.
I recommend the pulled pork if you do that because it's already kind of
Yeah, it's
apart.
already
you know?
mushy.
That's good.
Right.
Good.
Right. The cobbler might not hold up.
No, I don't think so. Hey, but it's half
Ooh.
off, so we don't know if it's
Yeah.
going to make it or not.
I
But
missed the cobbler. What kind of cobbler you make?
So lately, what we've been doing is mulberry, because we have mulberry trees.
Oh, beautiful.
So we're harvesting our own. So
you
these
can eat mulberries?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're poisonous.
bro.
They're like
really?
this big old
Oh, my
honking.
goodness.
They're like one of the best trees to grow. I mean, for in Arizona, they're spectacular.
Huh.
My neighbor has one that's like 30 feet tall.
The more you know.
And they what's kind of cool about them too is they do drop leaves. So in the winter, the sunlight will come in,
Yeah.
and then they'll shade up for summer,
Huh.
and then you get fruit.
Curious.
Yeah.
And you get a lot. We will be doing for the neighborhood. We will be doing a mulberry harvest.
Nice.
Oh.
Because we have 1, 2, 3 that we'll need help, because
Yeah.
we'll be putting out the blankets and doing the shake and the whole thing. So mulberry,
Yeah.
peach.
Oh God. Yes.
So peach right now. The peach tree is working right now. It's doing
Nice.
some work. So pretty soon it will have peaches, and then we'll be
Nice.
offering those, and then whatever else is seasonal. So like anything that I try to, again, that's something that we try to rotate. So
Yeah.
that way
Dorian fruit.
yeah, heading into peach season. Just saying. I love
Sure.
peach cobbler.
Millions of peaches.
Yeah, peaches for us.
Right.
No, that's great. I love peach cobblers. We grew up in NorCal. There's like peach trees everywhere. It's so many peaches. Peach cobbler. Oh, God.
It's your nickname. Peach tree.
I thought it was peaches.
So we do cobbler. I mean, there are a couple of other desserts that we are looking into too. Like there's a Lisa's got this amazing peanut butter cookie. Oh my God,
Man.
So your wife's in on it too.
bits.
Okay.
This is. I mean, this is me.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it without her.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So-
Good answer.
Yeah.
You're safe. Right. You can go home tonight.
Yeah. Well played. All right. So rapid fire questions. First is going to be kind of barbecue. Do you boil your ribs before you smoke them? Okay.
No.
I think he's leaving.
Everybody,
Look at him.
I know. I was just like,
Who does that?
My mother.
I tried it
No.
once because like I'm gonna try it. And I was like, this is dumb. Like
Okay,
what?
I do have an alternate to boiling that
Okay.
is actually that I endorse. So
You pee on him.
This guy
No.
is
So-
a new kink.
here's a rapid fire recipe for those out there.
Okay.
Get your crock pot, get your little pork ribs, cut them in half. Pork, brown sugar with a little bit of pepper, a layer of onions. Repeat until you get it all stacked in there. Right. Can of Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola, either work.
I can see that.
Put the lid on there, turn it on, go to work, come back, all
House is
done.
on fire. Oh,
No,
sorry.
house on fire. Ribs are ready, and then just sauce them, and you're good to go.
On low or high?
Low.
Ah, it's a joke. Come on, man.
God.
I just making sure you're legit, bro. It's a trick question. You passed.
So based on that, are you a sauce guy or a rub guy, or can you do both? Is
Both.
Okay.
Okay, you
I
got
don't
to. Okay, rub equals bark.
Okay, so
And then-
like a charred.
Yeah.
Sinus-
So yeah,
okay.
you put whatever rib, meat, whatever you're gonna
Yeah.
do. Put whatever binder that you want on it. Could be mustard. Could be some people use
Pea.
horseradish. You could use pea. And then put your rub on there. Whatever seasonings and spices that you like.
Okay.
Perfect.
Salt, pepper, I think are kind of like staple. Like do those, and then anything else is whatever you want to do.
Okay, but that's pre-cook, and
Yeah.
then whereas sauce is after cook.
True.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Could you do both if you're a maniac?
Sauce in the beginning. That's kind of an ending.
That's kind of yeah. I mean, you're kind of the point of the initial part of the cook is to establish that coat, that barking, that
Right.
tug
Right.
Yeah.
that you want to get that crunch and all that smoke. So you don't want to sauce that up just yet. You want to
Okay.
let that happen.
Interesting.
Nice. I love it. I do enjoy that you're like, guys, do it this way. You want to try it, you want to smoke it, wood or whatever. Like, there's some people like, oh, you're an idiot.
No,
you know, it's
no.
like, no, just do it.
I
your way.
entered my first my first rib competition. I went to Walmart and I bought the cheapest smoker you could buy. I bought a little R2D2 unit, the little round guy, right?
Oh, that's cool. Beep, boop, boop.
Perfect.
I ended up painting it the second year I went to that competition. I painted it like R2D2, so I
awesome.
actually
Nice.
showed up with an R2. But I cooked with that. So everyone's there with their green egg and their these
$1,000
these
whatever,
Bluetooth and all this
Yeah.
shit. And I show up with an enlarged beer can with two grates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First place.
That's amazing.
It doesn't look like all that stuff is nice. Don't get me wrong. Like
Oh, yeah.
it helps, but at the end of the day, it's basics, right?
Yeah.
Manage your fire, manage your meat.
Right, right.
You'll be fine.
You think people rely too much on the gadgets and not enough on the process?
I mean, I think that's just indicative of us as people.
Yeah.
I think in any case
Yeah.
we don't think about the basics and just the technique, and we rely on the tools.
Right. Right.
But if you have the technique, I could have great technique and shitty tools, and you could have the best gadgets and tools and shitty technique, and I'll win every time.
All right, last one. What's the best smoker snack? A little niblet, not a big fancy thing, just a little,
Pickle.
pickle? Just smoke
like
a
smoked pickle?
Okay.
No. Okay. Wait. Okay. Clarify
I
the
think of
question.
it's not a big old thing. It's just like, hey, little snack. You sit down at a party and there's just a whole bunch of them. And people can grab one.
Like an
pop.
hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah,
kind
like
of
a
thing.
popper, jalapeno popper,
Like
or
tips?
something. Yeah, or
Not
something.
tri-tips, but like
Yeah,
there's a
something
place downtown, Durant's used to have debris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they chop off
Yeah,
the
but it's
burnt
not
ends.
just a meat where it's like, you put some work into it. Like I do, we'll do like bacon ranch shrimp or something like that,
Sure.
or We have a few other ones we do that we throw in there. It's just our guy Bill, he's on Wild Guys, his little poppers.
I mean, the jalapeno popper's good.
Yeah.
I would say that's a solid. I mean, I think that what you're looking for is something to counteract, the vinegar. So
Or the pea.
Yeah. Usually we do our smoker stuff, and like we have people there, so we just throw like kind of snacky things in all day and not make a big, have to pay attention to meat.
All right.
Right.
Here's a simple one
Niblets.
that's really, really good. Block of cream cheese,
Okay.
can of salsa, wheat thins.
You just mix them all together?
No.
Lasagna?
block of cheese, salsa
Dump
on
in.
top,
Yeah.
wheat thins to dip.
Cool.
Really? Don't mix them. Just leave them.
Just
Thunk out of the can,
put
whatever.
the block,
Yeah.
Put
cover it with the
salsa.
salsa,
Okay.
and then
Then
just
smoke
use-
it? Or do you
No.
There's no smoking.
No
This
smoking.
is just a
This
snack.
is good. This is a snack. This is a great summertime one.
Okay.
While you're waiting for the meat,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
eat the wheat thins with the salsa stuff.
And drink your beer and still be good.
Cool. And it's healthy.
We don't drink beer.
All right. You
All
got
right, your
any,
White
anything
Claw.
else?
My White Claws. I actually have a follow up. It's not a rapid fire,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
my mother's Norwegian, which means I am. Anyway, but every New Year, she has this cockamamie tradition of baking short ribs, with nothing on them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like just like in
Just
the oven.
in the
or-
oven, bake them.
Uh-huh.
There's no sauce. There's maybe like a grain of salt on it. Weird, right?
Yeah. What does she do when they're all left over and no one eats them?
No, she eats all of them.
I'm saying just she does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's Norwegian.
She doesn't like hand it to people.
Nope.
She's smart.
She's walking
And
down the
what-
street
and-
handing.
I just
And
like,
what pork or
Yeah,
or
pork. Yeah.
Interesting.
Curious, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a Scandinavian thing. Apparently, it's I guess a New Year's or Christmas, one of those things.
so there's people there, and then she just makes this and then just eats it in front of them. Okay.
No, I mean, no, she doesn't call a court and said, "All right, everyone, watch me eat these." No, it's like if when I was growing up, this is the thing, and I'm sorry, but I'm not a rib guy. I don't something about meat on bone. But she would make it, and I would just stare at the plate. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do with these.
Yeah. That's
And
fine.
she's like,
interesting. I mean, and there's nothing, just
No.
the oven
it's just oven
heat.
not even convection, like old timey gas oven.
old timey.
Why?
Modern
I
oven.
mean, that's just cooked
meat.
meat.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I had
I
it
mean,
once.
no, like salted herring or anything to go with it.
No, there's lutefisk, but no one eats that crap. It's awful. No
Yeah.
one eats that. It's just the pre-dinner snack is a bowl of porridge, basically,
Wow.
with no flavor.
That old oatmeal.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of at prison.
I mean, geez, you're living life. This is how you start the new year off, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everything's
plain.
up from
Everything's
here.
plain.
My New Year's resolution is no flavor. That's going to be a terrible.
Not
fucking
even
year.
vanilla, just sans flavor. Oh god, my sister still loves that. Oh god, I can't. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I didn't know if that
Wow.
was if you'd heard that before. Or,
No, I had-
Yeah, you should definitely not add that to your menu.
yeah, naked ribs.
Naked ribs. You cook them, just ribs from Safeway.
design your own.
That's
rib.
actually, would you ever do that? Like,
What's
would
that?
you prepare something like a rack of whatever,
Sure.
and someone takes it home and makes it?
I've toyed with some kind of barbecue kit
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
where it could be that where I get it like 80% there, right? So all of the hard work is done,
Right.
like the smoke ring and the bark, all that's ready, but it's like it now just needs that finish where you're just saucing and all that. So like it could be one of those, hey guys, come over, I'm gonna smoke some ribs.
Right, right. Wink, wink. Right,
Hey Steve, send me over 3 racks.
right. Quick, pronto.
Okay. The cheat guy.
Gotcha.
Or have a like a cooking class isn't the right thing, but like instructional.
That stuff's coming. There'll
Yeah.
be some of that stuff.
That's
I
cool.
mean, as
Because a lot of people don't know how barbecue. My
Yeah.
barbecue is hamburger. I don't know.
Yeah.
What the fuck I'm
no,
doing.
there'll be some more of that.
Plain.
Like once, I gotta get kind of the official smoke area like set up, and then there'll be some more of those kind of videos.
That's cool. I think people would dig that. Because a lot of people don't know how to do it right. They just
I mean, it's like, okay, so I think you could kind of tell. I mean, I'm not this big stickler. It's not like, it's 217 degrees,
Right.
period. But like, no, it's not. It's whatever. I mean,
Right.
so yeah, I can kind of walk through the key kind of core things that
It'd
make
be
it
interesting for
make
people,
it-
I think,
make it
yeah.
good.
anything, I find like anytime people can understand how mechanically something works, they're more
Yeah.
interested in something.
Yeah. Teaching them at the end, just here's your
Right.
food, try it. This is what we did.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Come hang out for 11 hours,
It's
Please don't pee on it.
It's way, I've gotten it less than that. It's not depending on the type. There's certain, like, that's something too. That's a thing, right? Like certain things take less or longer depending. So, but like pork ribs, 6 hours.
Easy peasy.
6 hours.
Interesting.
So,
All right. So they can find your stuff at Coronado Smokehaus
yes, sir.
on the Facebook. And is there a website coming?
Eventually there will be, yes. I mean, we've got a main landing page that we're kind of routing stuff through, so that way as things kind of change,
Sure.
we have one central entry that people come into. I don't want to have to start changing addresses down the road.
Yeah.
That's just a pain in the butt.
Right.
But yeah, there will be that, and then I mean, we are thinking like, merch eventually, so sauces and rubs and
Nice.
the cornbread. The cornbread's awesome.
I do love me some cornbread.
You gotta try some of this cornbread.
Put some of that in my mouth.
Yeah, for real.
Oh man, and it's good for breakfast too. The
Oh,
next
yeah.
day.
There's not a bad time for cornbread.
No, there's not.
I like the griddled cornbread.
Oh,
where you,
there you go.
put a butter on you.
Yeah, there you go.
Sear it.
This is good.
So yeah,
forget it.
everything's scratched. That's the other thing. Like so none of this stuff is out of the box. The sauces, I make the sauce. I make the bread. I make the dressing for the coleslaw. Everything is
Nice.
the bread for the buns. I don't make those yet.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole nother level.
One
That's
thing at
you
a
know?
time, bro.
Yeah, slow your roll.
Thanks for coming on the podcast,
Yeah,
Steven.
appreciate it.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I could do it.
So bye, I guess.
All right, see ya.
Go get the meat.
Yeah, go get the meat. Order on
Get you
Wednesday.
some. Yeah.
All right.
Check us out on Wednesdays.
Do it.
Ciao.
Step right up to the wildest show where two big minds are ready to blow. Conversations deep yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. Tall and talking, big in brains, making sense of life's wild lanes. Deep dive chats and fun remain. Bet you won't hear this on the plane. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. Two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. Stone unturned, no joke too small. Between two giants, hear it all. From silly quirks to knowledge twirls.